Let's take a look at this damn near brand new Vikings defense. All right, welcome back to the Onebar Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus, and we're going live tonight, 7 o'clock. Join us 7 Central Time. It's going to be just an all-out hoot.
Yeah, we are horned up at 7 o'clock. And also, don't just join us. Subscribe to the channel, for God's sakes. Hit that subscription button. Our button says subscription, not subscribe. Like the vids, comment as well. We'd love to hear what you guys think as we talk. It's been a lot of draft talk lately.
A lot of draft talk and a lot of just off-season stuff in general. So we decided, screw it. We're going to look at what this defense looks right now. Let me tell you, we don't only have a brand new defensive coordinator who is handsome as hell. We've got a lot of new players that we're looking at here.
Yeah, if we're going to fill the defense right now, this is what it would look like.
Yes.
Mostly.
So let's just, we got 7 new starters, and there's a little bit of room for argument here with some of them. But gist of it is, we're going to go through it quick. Let us know in the comments. Do you feel better? Do you feel worse? Do you think it improved?
Can it get worse? Can it get worse?
That's a great question. And just remember, we got a new leader. We got a new leader of this defense. So let's start on the defensive line.
Yeah.
Mr. Big Tonga being handed the steering wheel to the middle of this defense for now, and Dean Lowry. So that's a huge switch.
Yeah, and I think you're probably going to draft a guy that maybe makes this thing look a little bit different come week 1. But right now, Dean Lowry, as a maybe a part-time starter, I like him. I've always kind of he's kind of one of these guys who's flying under the radar, does the dirty work, kind of your blue collar type of end, who's going to probably grade out pretty well most games. And then you look at the inside, Tonga. Talk about a guy who earned a spot. D-line last year, very few plays you're like, oh my God, look what that guy did. But Tonga made a few of those. So I like the fact that right now he's elevated to nose.
Yeah, yes. And also we have to admit that we just love Tonga because he's a big fat dude who is just, it's late round pick, just overachieving. Everybody's going to root for him. He's this year's Duke Shelley. But our defensive line, it's not sexy. Let's be real. These guys are made to just make room for the guys behind them to make some plays.
And there's not a player on this line that you would call an elite level player. So maybe you look for that in the draft this year. We'll see what happens. Again, it just doesn't feel like they're going to go with D-line early, even though we keep pushing it and we really, really want them to.
Yeah. Let's go to linebacker. Asamoah is getting his chance. Eric Kendricks, Gonzo, Jordan Hicks still there. And then we have Davenport, just because, I don't think anyone really expects Zadarius Smith to be here, so that's why we threw him up there.
Well, Zadarius Smith doesn't have a home here anymore. He's already left. He's gone. Who knows where he's going to play? But I hate that those trade talks are just pretty much nothing right now. But
still draft day.
Yeah, hopefully on draft day something happens there. But you look at this unit here. Davenport and change for Smith. Hopefully Davenport stays healthy, lives up to his potential. But Brian Asamoah to me is the exciting one here. I think he brings a lot of fire, a lot of excitement. I remember him in that Giants game, the first Giants game, when he chased down. I think it was a receiver, and he punched that ball out, picked it up, and got some yardage on the other way on that thing. Yeah. That's the kind of excitement he brings, the kind of speed he has. So I'm expecting huge things for Brian Asamoah in year 2.
Yeah, it's going to be sad not to see old 54 out there, but it was definitely time. And just like defensive line, I think the Vikings probably at some point draft somebody that can at least, maybe he's the heir apparent to Jordan Hicks. Maybe he takes over for Jordan Hicks. We will see. But a lot of mixed reviews on Hicks last year, but damn it, he's back. And of course, Danielle Hunter.
Yeah, Danielle Hunter, again, a guy who was just recently became the topic of trade rumors too. So we'll see what happens there. This thing could look even more different in a couple weeks.
Yeah, and Davenport, you said it, he's going to be the key to how well we get after that quarterback. Stay healthy, Marcus, please.
Yeah, go take an ice bath right now. I'll come rub your back.
I don't know if that's going to help at all. Let's go to the secondary, which was dog shit for the most part last year. And Byron Murphy, the sexy free agent signing, obviously. Andrew Booth. Come on, baby. Let's do this. And Lewis Seen over Cam Bynum.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the corners. Byron Murphy can play inside or out. I got to think they've signed him to play outside and be matched up on a team's number 1. Booth, Caleb Evans, I think that's going to be the battle there to watch right now. And there's probably going to be a pretty high draft pick who's in the mix to play opposite. And then whoever ends up nickel. And who knows, maybe Flores is going to constantly change this thing. Maybe it's not going to really matter where they're listed on the depth chart when a game actually gets going, if he's really interchanging these pieces as we kind of expect him to. And then I just think Lewis Seen. I think this regime wants him on the field. Cam Bynum could possibly have his greatest preseason ever and still not get the starting job.
Yeah, Bynum was not their guy. They did not bring him in. He didn't have he had some flashes last year, but he didn't really have that great of a season. I think they just hand Lewis Cine the job. Like you said, it's his. They got to see what we got in Cine, barring that he comes back 100% healthy, which I think everybody's expecting. And let's just see what him and Hitman can do. But I'm excited about these guys. Booth, key. He's got to stay healthy, clearly. Caleb Evans, even on the back of the depth, I mean, the dude cannot have any more concussions. And then Byron Murphy, how can you not be excited?
Yes. I mean, so 7 new players out of 11. I like that. That is enough change for me to give me hope, to give me some kind of inkling that this unit can be better than the shit show we saw in the playoffs against the Giants.
Yeah, and everyone says, it can't get worse, and people, it can get worse, but no, I don't think it really could. Like, I don't think it's physically possible for the Vikings to have a worse defense than last year. So I love that we got 7 new guys. I love that we got a defense coordinator, and the draft will probably throw at least another 1 new guy in there.
Well, you just mentioned it. We really actually have 8 new guys when you count Brian Flores.
Brian freaking Flores, and just close your eyes. Close your eyes for a second.
Who's touching me?
Now imagine you look at these guys, and all of a sudden, Kalijah Cansey is on this squad. Open them. Oh, boom!
Oh, God. Oh.
That's it. That's all
face. All right. Let us know.
Excited.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you think of these 7 new starters. Do you agree with it? Is this the way it's going to look come week 1, or is it going to be even more different? Let us know. And remember this: dinosaurs existed before Saturn had rings.